Ready? Well, Coach Garrett, just start out. Just tell us how your group's been so far.
I've been pleased with the group. The guys have definitely made a jump, from the spring. And what we talked about, we met with each guy individual. Hey, here's what you do well. Here's what you need to work on. Here's our plan for the summer. I think as far as the execution of that plan with the whole entire group and all those guys, they've done a good job because now I see a better product than they were in the spring. So it's been good.
You fired up that Keldrick's your guy full time now?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Love working with Keldrick. It's so much easier when you get a freshman that early enrolls because they get adjusted to the schedule, they get adjusted to the tempo, get adjusted to the playbook. So now that you know he's in a stage where he knows what to do. Now it's like let's focus on the how to do it and doing it well and doing the consistency. But I'm glad they let me get him. Been a big pickup.
What are the biggest adjustments that he's had to make in the position change?
Well, when you playing the 5 technique, to the field, that's a more physical position. So he's gonna get touched every play. You're not a stand-up outside linebacker anymore. So it's more the mental toughness has to pick up, the physicality picks up. That's the biggest adjustment. Like him understanding, like every play I got to bring it. Yeah.
How would you assess Justin Rogers and where he's at? You happy with his progress so far?
Yeah, happy with his progress. He had a little minor deal in the spring. He's back, so we're just working on, him and Jason are battling out that nose position. But happy with his progress. Good competition at that spot. Both of those guys done a good job and really picked it up. So I love the competition.
Have any of your young guys, Wilkie, is it Deron, how you say it?
DJ.
Steven, any of those guys caught your eye so far?
Yeah, I think Nietzsche's coming along. Sledge, he's improved from the spring. I think DJ Reed is picking it up. He's a physical kid. He has some twitch. Now just getting the playbook down. He's done a really good job for us. And those other guys are coming along as well. But, DJ is the one that, one-on-one pass rush, he catches your eye just with his physicality and his twitch.
And you're going to need one or two of those guys probably this fall.
Yeah, we're going to need them ready to go. You always. So now, feel pretty good, with a 2 deep. You hope to get to 3 deep. We got guys competing at the end spot. You got guys competing at the nose spot. You got guys that competing at the tackle spot in the 1 and 2 deep. Now you hope to pick up the 3rd individual that just keep bringing it every day in practice. And you hopefully, whoever the 2 is getting pushed by the 3 to sort of really create competition in that room.
It looks like Messiah is cutting down on his weight a little bit. He's playing defensive end. Just walk me through that.
Yeah. So Messiah is playing little end for us. We needed him to. But he's one that is athletic enough and strong enough to be able to get that done. So right now he and Keldrick are at that end spot. And really in practice, last couple of days, both have done a really good job of just playing their blocks and executing what they need to execute and then be able to transition and rush on pass.
And that allows Harris to move back to D-tackle.
That allows Harris to move back to D-tackle where he's best at. And then what I think, too, it allows us, too, to have different combinations of guys. If we're playing a 12 personnel, heavy type team, or now you can put 3 big guys in there at the same time because Marcus has done it. So Marcus and Justin and Jason can be in there, if you want to line up in 12 personnel and downhill runs, you got that combination. 11 personnel, you got the combination of Keldrick Moe being your end, Marcus and those guys being inside. So I think we got guys that can play multiple positions, and that helps, especially throughout this SEC season, because things happen, and the next guy got to be ready to go.
Reed at D-tackle with him. Reed at D-tackle with him.
Reed's at D-tackle. Yep, Reed's at D-tackle. Yep.
Who else is working at D-tackle?
Lawrence Johnson, Marcus, and Reed is working there, and also Quintrell, Bobby, Jameson Travis. He's doing a good job too. He's learned the playbook, but he's physical and he can run. So he'll be able to help us as well at some point.
Yeah. How much has Jason changed just from the first day of spring to now?
I think he's moving better. He's moving better. He's being more physical, and that's good. And I think that's having competition around you in the room, and tribute, good for him because he's pushed himself more. But anytime you have competition, it's awesome. The guy's got to work, but Jason done an unbelievable job with the required work and the unrequired work of doing extra. He's been a leader for the guys, meeting with younger guys, showing them different things. They run after practice. He and Marcus get those guys running, extra on their own. So he's been good for us.
How valuable would it be to have a guy in the middle that pushes the pocket and creates havoc? How much can that change the defense if those guys?
It is extremely changing because now the quarterback don't have room to step up. And you got guys like, Jalen on the edge. If that guy can't step up, he can hit home. And so it's important to keep the guy, we push and penetrate the pocket in the middle, and then have guys on the edge that can get there.
I know he's a jack, but Jalen, just how impressive has he been since he?
Oh, he's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Everything he does, he's a pro. Great twitch, good speed, good leadership. Everything you think that guy's going to be and more. He's done a really good job for us.
From what you've seen of it, against all the offensive line the transfers, what have you thought of that so far, and kind of how your own defensive line has faced them?
O-line, I think Coach Jake doing a good job with those guys as far as putting them in a position to be successful as far as the schematics and what he do, and just helping those guys out where he need. But I think those guys have grown together as a group. I watched them all work this summer, watched the whole group work. They've done a really good job. Coach Thornton done a really good job with those guys. D-Wade, Jeremiah, all those guys are, improving Britain, and they're doing a really good job. They're gelling together.
Touch on Jalen. How is he and Elijah? How are they kind of different? I mean, how are their skill sets different?
Elijah, the more bigger, physical type jack body. He's more of a guy that can play in also if you need him to. And Jalen is just this ball of twitch, some may say he's undersized, but he plays big. He plays really big, and he's a physical kid. He's doing, can't say enough about him. And Elijah. Elijah's made a jump from the spring as well. I think both of those guys have improved.
Zeke Walker, how's he doing so far?
Zeke's coming along. So Zeke's played some tackle fours and some end fours. Yep. So he's moving better, more athleticism from the spring as well. So he's doing a good job for us also.
You talk about Paul. What about him? He's playing in the trenches as a true freshman in the SEC. That's a big deal. What specifically about him makes you confident that he's ready for that?
He's mentally tough. You get a kid with want to and drive. He's mentally want to go. Like he's not tapping out of practice. He may get tired, but he's gonna go. And then he wants to improve. So if there's a mistake being made, Keldrick will call me at midnight, and we'll talk through it. And it's funny because that's the same way he was in recruiting. Midnight conversations. So I told him, hey man, you call me, I'm here to help. My job is you. That's what I tell all my guys. My job is you guys. So whatever I can do to help, you call. My family understands that I'm on call.
Are you up at midnight?
What's that?
Are you up and you get woken up?
I just leave my phone on the ringer. So as soon as I hear it, I know which one it is. Probably Keldrick.
3 years ago, you're a quality control assistant, I guess, for basketball. And then you go to Cleveland and then to Liberty, and now you're in the SEC. How big a deal is that?
It's a huge deal to have the opportunity that I don't take for granted at all to be able to do what I do because I played in this league and I understand the toughness and the drive from coaches and players that it takes. For me, man, I want to earn everything. Earn everything. I want to earn it all this year, earn it all next year, earn it every day with my players and my coaches alike. So as I look at it, being in this position, I love it because this is one of the best jobs in America, being Auburn's D-line coach. But at the same time, I'm gonna earn it every day. I don't want anybody to give me anything.
Where did you grow up?
North Mississippi, Senatobia.
So you've been around football your whole life?
Been around football my whole life. Dad played. I started playing, fell in love with it. Started off as a linebacker, got too big, ate too much. So they put me down and got recruited to Ole Miss by David Cutcliffe in 2003. And ended up playing there, man, and enjoyed it. And then now, we're here, man. Great opportunity. Great opportunity. Can't say enough about this job and this place.
Has it been how big a help was it, or how valuable was it to you to spend 2 years with the Browns like you did?
Oh, it's extremely valuable. So I tell guys, and the good thing is, I got to coach a lot of football with those guys. And it's all day, every day, no class, all football. So when you spend that time in the NFL, it's like getting your PhD in football. And so it's all football, it's all schematics, it's all talking about that. And I knew I wanted to get back to college because that's what I love, developing and growing this age group. But so valuable to have that experience in the NFL at the highest level, and then to be able to bring that information back to the guys I'm coaching now. It's good.
Do you think that means a lot to them that you've been there? Because that's what they're all trying to get to.
It means a lot to them. You can pull up, examples of me coaching those guys, and then they see it being played in the game, and then they see the same technique being coached at Liberty and that being played in the game, and that turned into 40-some plus sacks. And they see that, and then now they see themselves, and they see success in practice, and they see it on all 3 levels, and they're like, okay, this is gonna work.
Who tried to help you along the way as a player, coach, to help you get
Keep progressing. I'll say my mentors, probably my biggest mentors as D-line coaching. One is Ryan Nielsen. He was my position coach at Ole Miss, and now he's the defense coordinator for the Falcons. But he was one as far as the technique goes and teaching goes. One guy that has had my back throughout my whole career. And any questions I had, I could get them answered by him. But he's been one as far as football-wise. And Chris Kiffin with the Browns has been one more of the third down pass rush to really mentor me in that area. He and Ryan. And then, Coach Freeze has been that mentor off the field, from when he was a position coach at Ole Miss, just staying connected with him and just being that mentor for me off the field. So I had some good ones, man, that I can count on, know I can go to.
Did your dad, was he involved a lot as far as football growing up?
Yeah, my dad played high school football. His involvement, man, he was tough on me. So, country boy down in Mississippi, hey man, let's go. No excuses. You wake up in the morning, you cut the grass, you do what you need to do, and then you go to practice and you come back and there's more work to do. So that's one thing, we're not running from, never running from hard work. The same thing I'm teaching my kids, same thing I'm teaching my players. It takes what it takes to be able to do this job.
What's his name, your dad?
Mike, yep.
And your mom?
He's a fireman.
He's a fireman?
So he works. He's a fireman. Yep. So it's good, it's in my genes. And my brother, I'm the only one not in the family business. My brother's a fireman too.
Really?
Yep.
What's your mom?
My mom, she works at Walmart down in Mississippi.
Jim, I'm sure you've been asked about it already, but we keep hearing from different guys about how good of a summer Jason Jones has had. How have you kind of seen that transition into the fall, and how important has he been for you?
Yeah, he's had a really good summer, and I think what's huge for him is we left the spring and we had a plan that he and I talked about. Cut it up, the good and the bad. Here's what you did well. Here's what we need to work on. In the summer, he just locked in and got it done. I think he's mobile. I think he's more strong. He's stronger at the point of attack right now. I think he's doing a really good job. He had a great summer. A lot of those guys have.
Sorry, your outlook at nose there with him and Justin.
Yeah.
You still like them together in some packages?
I like them. So I like them together in some package. So I spoke to the guys earlier. If a team wants to come out in 12 personnel and say we're gonna run the ball downhill, I can go with 3 bigs. I can go with Jason, Justin, markers all in there at the same time. Say, let's go. Team come out 11 personnel, I got options. I can play 2 guys and they can rotate, and it's really like we got 2 starting noses. So I don't want the guys to care about who goes out there first because I need them all, and I need the rotation. So that's our outlook. You know, when one guy comes in, one guy goes out, there's no drop off. That's how we're looking at it. So we want to be a by committee because you need that in the SEC. You can't have one group out there getting beat up every game because those snaps add up.
How would you describe the differences between their skill sets at nose, Jason and Justin?
Yeah, I think Jason's obviously the bigger one, wider body, and I think Justin is the stockier and has a little bit more twitch. So that's kind of different style of play, but both of them do a really good job of anchoring when we need them to, and when they need to, they can push the pocket as pass rushers.
He's not working specifically with your group, but you're familiar with Steven Singh's
Yes.
strong liver.
Yes.
What can you tell people about what kind of player Auburn is getting in Steven Singh's fit?
Steven is physical. He's a physical player. He's gonna work extremely hard. You wanted to tell him to work. You know, he works hard and he's gonna be physical. You can expect that every single practice, every single day. He's not gonna complain. He's gonna work. I think he's done a good job and it's showing up on tape for him.
What are the hardest things for Keldrick? What are the hardest things about a really young player trying to play on the defensive line as a true freshman?
Yeah, it's just getting used to the speed and physicality of, you know, the tackles in this league. You know, that's going to be the biggest thing, you know, for him. I think him moving from the jack position to the end position, like this is more physical. It's going to require more strain, you know, because every play there's going to be, you know, the tackle or the tackle and the tight end on you all the time. So it's going to require a little bit more physically out of you. But he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. All good?
Yeah, thank you so much.